Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds and yet another tier list, baby!
This time, ranking all of the villains of Magic. Ooh.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
I'm your host, Beezy, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. You know by now. Check out our Discord. We're not joking. It is free. Try it out. Go to Patreon if you want to support us with dollars, but what else can they do?
Well, they can hit the subscribe button for daily MTG content provided by us, the Nitpicking Nerds.
Literally daily. Literally. So this time, we're going into a tier list. We're going to be ranking not every, but a lot of Magic's biggest villains. We're going to go based on sort of how much damage they did, I would say. You know, how cool they are, their personality, what other factors?
Basically, whatever we see fit as a factor. Their cards could even
Their cards, yeah.
They could come in as a factor. This isn't a tier. We don't have an exact thing that we're doing here. This is our tier list. We're here to have fun with it. If we were serious about ranking something like this, we wouldn't do it in a tier list.
We wouldn't pick villains.
We're doing something fun, and all is about fun. You can argue with us in the comments. That's completely fine, and we'll gladly engage with that. But don't tell us we're objectively wrong, because we can't be, because it's a tier list.
It's a tier list. Also, if we get up to like 20-something villains that we missed, we'll do a second part. So just keep at it in the comments and tell us what we missed.
Yeah, throw all of them in there. So now we're going to use our very famous magic move, the Shrinky Dink. And now we're small.
Nice. Oh, look. A computer. Let's use this for the tier list.
Yes, so here we go. We're going to jump right into the tier list. Who's our first villain? BC.
First one, Ashiok. Now, if we're talking about merits as a villain, none. What does Ashiok do? Nothing. Make you have bad dreams?
Tortured Elspeth a little bit, kind of played mind games with her.
Found out New Phyrexia was a thing and then just left? Why was he even in Theros? Why was he even in the set?
Yeah, exactly. There's not really anything to talk about much with Ashiok for evil stuff done.
D?
But coolness...
C? Does the coolness bump them up to a C because they have no face?
I'll give them a C. They look very cool.
All right, this one might be tough. Nicol Bolas? What did he do?
Nicol Bolas has done a lot of... He's killed a Myojin.
He dominated Dominaria for a pretty long time. Waged a war on all planeswalkers.
Yeah, War of the Spark. He did that.
Yeah,
he beat up another villain.
Helped free the Eldrazi, right? That was him.
Did he?
He was like pulling the strings on
that.
Yeah,
he was pulling strings because he had Sarkhan in there.
Yeah, Sarkhan and Chandra and Jace just were bumbling idiots. And Nissa too. I mean, Bolas seems like an easy S tier villain. If he's not S tier, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, he's the big bad, and he's kind of gone. He's in the prison realm, but
can we just commit and kill a villain?
No, I don't know why BZ is so
stupid.
No,
stories end. That's what makes them valuable.
BZ doesn't understand how to sell stuff.
I understand how to write a story.
Well, yeah,
that is good.
Yeah, but writing a story that goes along with trying to sell stuff.
Yeah, you got to take sacrifices.
Yeah, exactly. You can't write.
Bolas is in the prison realm, or the make money in 10 years realm.
Exactly. That's where I would put him. I mean, if I was Wizards, I would have put him in the prison realm too.
If I was writing a story, he'd be dead.
Then that's fair.
All right, the Cabal. This is sort of like a cult. This is like your typical cult. Their patriarch is like the reverse pope. They gave him a black hat and everything, and they eventually got taken over by Belzenlock, who we're not really talking about. But the Cabal itself, I find very boring.
The reverse
pope. They're anti-pope. I mean, I'm on D.
I don't really care about them.
They don't interest me.
Either. Yeah.
Just moving on. They're just boring cult guys.
Yeah, I mean, cults are boring. They're interesting in real life.
Yes.
Because of the psychology aspect, but we don't get that in this. So
yeah, there's no documentaries on the Cabal. Krovax, he campaigned to be the Evansar.
The good Evansar?
Evansar? No, not Evan Carr. That's somebody's name.
Yeah, Evansar.
Evansar. Whatever. He got to be that, and he was in control of Phyrexia for a little bit. He was on the Weatherlight, and he got corrupted, and then he's just this big hulking monster. He eventually dies.
I gotta wait and see. Not really
above Ashiok, at least he does things.
He did do things, but I don't care about him. He's not cool looking.
No, he's whatever.
Got a tiny hat on his big body.
Not too interested in Krovax, but Liliana's four demons being Kothafed, Razaketh, Belzenlock, Gristlebrand. Those are pretty interesting. I don't remember when she kills Kothafed. When was that?
I don't know.
Is that off screen?
It's in Origins, I think.
Maybe that's what she does right after becoming a planeswalker?
I don't know.
Because Kothafed is in Origins. That must be it.
Yeah. But whatever. So Kothafed, totally dead, and so are all the other ones. I don't really care about these either.
Did they put up a fight? Did any of them put up a fight? Gristlebrand shows up for like 3 seconds, and then Avacyn's like, you're done. Or Liliana's like, you're done.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they'd been fighting in the Hellvolt for hundreds of years.
Yeah, he'd been fighting Avacyn. They kind of like cancel each other out, and Liliana's like, you're dead. You're just like, snap her fingers, and he was done.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to...
And he was the strongest one, if you go by magic cards.
I mean, Gideon was able to kill Belzenlock.
Belzenlock was a 6/6. That's not interesting.
Get out of here. I mean, I don't like the demons. I don't think the demons were very good characters. I understand they were just a plot device. D with the Cabal.
D for demon. How about D for Dovin?
Dovin,
Just kidding.
Easiest poop tier I ever did. He didn't do anything.
He's a sniveling little baby.
He's a baby, and he died off screen.
Yeah. If you didn't know, Dovin Vaughn is dead. He got murdered by Rat. Rat's alter ego sleeper agent assassin planted by Lazav, all of which was off screen. But on screen, he got blinded.
Yep, by not Chandra, but Lazav using a flamethrower.
Who is supposed to
literally
keep track of
happened.
This? Who is supposed to keep track of this?
Literally was blinded by a
Lazav. Just a random
flamethrowing wielding Lazav.
Yeah. Can we stop making Lazav a character that matters in the overall
He
story?
doesn't even matter in the story. He's just every 5 seconds in the story, somebody is doing something, and then they go, "Oh, but it was actually Lazav the whole time." What?
Sahili was Lazav? Why does it matter?
It happens like 6 times.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Okay, here's a good one though. The Eldrazi Titans, beings older than the multiverse, who there's speculation that they're responsible for like creating new planes or tilling the old dead planes and making them livable again. But when you release them out of order or all at once, they just end up wreaking havoc because they don't know any better.
They don't. I like them. Cool.
Yeah.
And they're powerful, but I think they lack any actual real explanation.
Well, they don't have personality. I'm so alien. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, and I think they're cool to an extent, but they need
A tier, like at least if I knew why they were here or what was going on, like
what they are at all.
They don't have to talk. I mean, Emrakul actually did talk a little bit.
Emrakul can talk and communicate with Jace.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool.
Did it? Emrakul play chess against Jace or something?
That was really cool.
That's so weird.
That was just like neat.
Yeah, but that's solid. I think they fit in A tier. They're really cool. A coolness factor, they're all the way up here. So
yeah, but in terms of like, what did they really do? They messed up Zendikar for like 2 years, and then Industrat's probably already fine.
It's tough. It's tough to have a villain when the villain has no motivation and they're just
who is this?
Yeah, exactly. Who is this? What is this? What are they doing? It's like, I don't know. If
the answer for all three is I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, and if all three is I don't know. Yeah,
their coolness can only carry them so far.
They're still A.
Yeah, Urtai, I'm gonna just not let you say anything. Whether boring. D. Now Geth, how about that one?
I don't know anything about Geth. You gotta refresh my memory on Geth.
Geth is the keeper of the Vault of Whispers on New Phyrexia. He's got a big old gross little mech suit, and his card is very bad.
What do you think? Because I don't really.
I would put him in like low.
I was thinking D because I don't care about Geth.
I mean, he is Phyrexian, but he's like a little baby. Glissa though, Glissa's pretty cool. She was the hero of the whole Mirrodin block, and then we find out, whoop, she got corrupted, and she's super bad now.
Yeah, it's super sad because Slowbad sacrificed himself to save Glissa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No, she's working. I mean, if Slowbad didn't, he'd probably be Phyrexian too.
Maybe he could have stopped the Phyrexian. Maybe he's the one
He was a planeswalker.
Maybe he was the one who could have stopped them.
Maybe. But either way, Glissa's bad now, and she's the right-hand woman of Vorinclex. I would say this is like B.
Yeah, B. I think B is a safe spot for Glissa. Poor Glissa.
It's so tragic. She's very evil now.
All of them are getting, we're seeing all the characters corrupted. Azuri.
Yeah, Zuri got corrupted, kind of like off screen. How about Karavek?
D.
He organized a war.
This might be poop. I remember you told me this quick story.
Yeah,
it was so
5
boring.
minutes ago. He organized a war, and then he tricked Joel Rael, and then Mangara prisoned him in the Amber prison. Now he's in poop tier.
Yeah, he's crap.
And just his cards are like so uninteresting too.
Yeah, well, Karavek the Spiteful is a decent card. I mean, when that card comes out, it is a little bit ridiculous.
How about Konda?
Konda, a mono white villain, the bad guy in like the Kami Wars and all of the Kamigawa block.
Yet isn't his daughter have to kill him because he took that which was taken, I think.
You can't take that which is taken.
It was taken. Being taken. I would give it like a C.
I give it like a bottom of C tier.
No one is below Ash. He actually did something.
I mean, yeah, he was a bad guy.
I started a lot of people.
I like the idea of like having white villains because
this was the first one, right?
You don't have to. Not all like I get it. Black is kind of like the corruption of power and all of that kind of stuff. But like you can be mono white. Like,
every color can have villains. They can do it very well. We've got coming up. I mean, this one is a blue-green villain, and it just so happens that they butchered the crap out of it. And this is one of the worst characters I've ever seen. Kumena is a bad merfolk who wants to get to the Golden City or the city of Erazka, and then he has his hand on the immortal sun for like 3 seconds, and then he gets thrown off a building, and I don't think you see him again. That's what the crux of his evil plan was.
What was he even gonna do? Okay.
Poop tier.
Yeah, poop tier.
Right poop tier.
Yeah,
Poop.
right there with Dovin and Karavek.
But an actual villain who's not black is Memnarch. Memnarch's really good. Villain.
Weird, evil, like robot that wants to like corrupt Mirrodin.
Yes, Karn creates him to keep an eye on it, but then he goes way out in left field. Yeah, he just starts taking people from other planes.
Yeah, like he's using the mirror to like spy on people.
Oh yeah, he's doing a bunch of stuff. I liked Memnarch. High C, low B. What do we think?
Give him a B. Like Memnarch. He's like this creepy robot made by Karn that just kind of turns evil.
Yeah, and if you want to go by impact, the multiverse will forever feel the impacts of what Memnarch did because he displaced 1 million people.
Did he?
Yeah, Mirrodin had no life on it. No one is actually from Mirrodin.
How did he get him there? I didn't know that.
I don't know. Somehow he just was like, and like just displaced a bunch of different.
Also,
people, and then they ended up becoming metal because that's what Mirrodin is.
Oh, that's super strange.
Yeah. How about Momir Vig?
Momir Vig, he wanted to bioengineer everyone and make them all better, cooler, and like make everyone awesome. But he was considered too like extreme with his views.
Yeah, he was.
So he said, "Screw it, let's start over," and released Experiment Kraj to destroy the whole plane.
Yeah,
and kill everybody. So he could just start bioengineering everybody.
What a psycho!
Yeah, it's just a complete psychopath. I put him in top of C.
Yeah, blue-green villain. This is how you do it right, Kumena. Take notes.
Just a complete psychopath who
with power.
Yeah, he literally released Experiment Kraj just in an attempt to kill everybody.
Yeah, he probably killed a lot of people. Speaking of killed a lot of people, Nahiri, her claim to fame is bringing Emrakul to Innistrad because she has a petty vendetta against one planeswalker.
I think her motivation sucks. I think her motivation is the worst, but what she does is pretty badass overall.
She's just like, oh, fine. You want to play that game? Let's play that game. Brings the last surviving Titan on to Innistrad.
Yeah, but then after that, the worst part is like the story
just kiss and make up. You slaughtered like billions of people combined, and you're gonna be like, "We cool."
I don't get how Soren and her made up off screen. I don't understand. Like the
I was
story,
ready for a fight.
What is? I don't understand the whole story on Zendikar. It was really boring and didn't get anywhere. It didn't show anything.
She's trying to lithoform stuff, but she was in the wrong, and I don't even care.
She basically tries to kill Akiri and does kill
Zareth San. No!
He's just dead.
Not Zareth San.
He died before we even saw what his card did.
Yes. How about
how sad is that?
Middle of C tier.
I guess what the move of taking Emrakul and bringing it to the plane is really cool.
Trapping Soren in a rock.
Yeah. After that, it's like I don't know. Her motivation really sucks.
It's terrible.
It's like if you just like talked to Soren and understood he couldn't come because he wasn't getting the message. Wow. Whole problem is solved instead of becoming a vengeful poopy baby
who then doesn't even enact full vengeance.
Well, yeah, but I guess the whole reason she goes really crazy is because she doesn't know what's going on, and Soren's super like just like shut up and puts her in the Hellvault. Get out of here.
Yeah, I guess getting stuck in the Hellvault, that was pretty crappy.
That would piss me off.
All right, Nixilis. He started out as one of the most cool villains. He slaughtered everyone on his plane, made a pact with a demon, and then there was no one left to kill. So the trauma of that event ignited his spark. That is awesome. And then after that, they did literal nothing with the whole character.
He has a really cool origin story, like you just said. And then the War of the Spark novel comes along, and he's literally just like
a bully.
Imagine this is literally the kind of thing that he's doing. Dak Faden walks around the corner, and behind the corner jumps out him, and he goes boo. That's basically what he's doing to Dak Faden the whole time in the book. It's like, what kind of stupid writing is that for this character that murdered everyone on this plane? Why is he even trying to stop Boss? Why does he give a crap? It doesn't seem like he would.
Why did he accept the call? He's pretty strong. Why did he go? Why doesn't he try to kill the Gatewatch while this is all happening? He hates them all, especially like Gideon. He brings Kozilek like out of the ground somehow, and I have no idea what that whole mess was, but he frees Ulamog from the Hedron alignment and then brings Kozilek out of the ground. I hated it.
Boom! Did I scare you?
Bottom of D tier?
Doing my Abnick.
Above Urtai?
You can put him in bottom of D
We
tier.
didn't even read Urtai, so.
That's fair.
How about another blue-green villain, Oko?
Oko is, if this was the sexiest Planeswalker tier list, you'd be a solid S.
Mythic S tier.
We might have to invent a new tier for how sexy Oko is.
Yes, he's very, very attractive. I think he's also a shapeshifter, so that kind of doesn't count.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He chose to be the sexiest man alive. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if someone works out and it makes them sexier. Hey, it's the same thing as being a shapeshifter.
I don't know about that. Where would we put him? He's kind of like an anti-hero. It's like he's like a prankster. He just turned the king into an elk and then was like, "Peace out, guys."
He's a weird. It's so weird that he's a shapeshifter because they don't do anything with that.
No, they don't. Lazav stole all of the chances for Oko to have been somebody the whole time. I mean, we're thinking like,
what if the twist is Lazav is Oko the whole time?
Whoa!
Or Oko is Lazav,
and they were all rat the whole time.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Oko doesn't actually cause any damage though.
He tries to cause a little.
How many
damage.
people die because of Oko? Like maybe 6.
He turns his king into an elf.
Elk?
Or an elk.
I mean, C tier. He doesn't really cause any harm.
Cherries fine, and he's sexy.
Yes, he is attractive. Una, Queen of the Fae, though, she kind of kills everyone on the plane, right? Technically. She just rewrites their entire personality every X thousand years.
Yeah, but that's all done, right?
That is no longer happening because
who beat the crap out of her?
Her twin sister Marilyn kicked the crap out of her with like the band of like Ashling was there and
Vendilion
Click were maybe part of that. There was a bunch of different characters.
Yeah, and they all beat up Una and they said, "Stop doing that."
And then she stopped doing that.
Yep.
So I mean, that's a pretty high impact. Maybe bottom of B.
Yeah, I'll put her in bottom of B. She did
some serious.
the Great Aurora is a pretty evil thing to do.
It's messed up. You erase everyone's personalities and everything about them.
They become basically the inverse of what they were.
And Shadowmoor is a messed up plane.
Yeah, that sucks. I wouldn't want. Imagine becoming the inverse of who you are right now. Everything you think is basically the opposite.
Yeah, you're probably once you flip, you're probably a bad person because everyone's generally like respectable and decent, but. Not when you flip-flop.
Most of the characters do become evil.
Yes. All right. This is a big heavy hitter. The Praetors of New Phyrexia. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
We're talking about S tier right here. The Praetors are so cool.
Above Bolas?
I don't want to put him above Bolas. Bolas just did too much and he's too good.
He's old. He's too old. But the Praetors and the New Phyrexia like strain of oil and stuff, they wiped out everybody on Mirrodin. There's like no one left.
We'll see what they do with this. This is interesting. We're obviously, with the release of Kaldheim, coming into a new Praetor storyline.
Yes.
And it's interesting because they're able to move planes, which makes it
scary.
So it's pushing it back. It reminds me of like old Urza versus the Phyrexians.
When the Phyrexians were, leapfrogging around planes, but now it's different because you can't planar travel very easily. There's only a couple known ways to do it without planeswalkers. So we're interested to see how they're doing it, why they're trying to assemble another amalgamation of stupid MacGuffins.
And I hope they're not just trying to get a bunch of MacGuffins. I hope that this was like they wanted one thing they wanted the World Tree sap. That's fine. Like they just wanted that one thing, and then they have plans outside of that. Maybe they plan on going to a certain plane.
Yeah, now maybe they're going to take that and do something with it on like Strixhaven, for example.
Ooh, maybe the idea is the World Tree sap because it kind of makes it's what makes them gods.
Yeah, maybe they just want that for themselves.
Maybe that would allow them to like travel planes because it make them stronger.
Yeah, because Vorinclex got like liquefied.
He turned into a Puddleclex.
And then, it's even cooler that puddle then ate a deer and became even scarier.
The monstrous raider, yeah.
So cool. Next, this is a very prominent villain throughout Magic's history. They really sprung up around 2019, 2020. It's Wizards of the Coast R&D department. Yeah, you may remember things like, well, for example, everything Oko did that they're responsible for that.
Yeah. So these are real life villains here.
Yeah.
They have done unspeakable evils.
Yes. Veil of Summer, Field of the Dead, Oko, like all of the Modern Horizons, just everything.
Yeah. Urza. I mean, Hogak.
Astrolabe.
Renin 6.
Just all these completely egregious designs. Omnath that were just not made for anything, and they were horrible, and they got banned immediately, like Teferi, Time Raveler. Just all of those.
They're
very villainous.
Very villainous. This is easy ass above Bolas.
How many people?
These are the most evil people on the planet.
Not anymore, though. They really turned it around, and now they're making pretty reasonable cards.
We are joking. We love Magic, and we love the design of Magic.
There were some cards that it's like, in hindsight, how did you ever miss this? This ruined multiple formats. But
you will make mistakes, and that is fine. We have to accept that making a card game is hard. But evil
S tier. Speaking of rhyming with S tier, Sengir is the first vampire on Dominaria. Didn't do a whole lot, though.
I'm going to give him the coolness buff because people really like this character.
He's Dracula.
He's one of the older players really connect to how cool this character was. I'm willing to give him an A for those people. I don't care about Sengir whatsoever. I think he's boring, and that's me personally. But for you guys out there who really just think Sengir is awesome, and he's like one of the first big baddies.
Yeah, maybe older people or old fans of the older version might look at him like, Bram Stoker Dracula, but I'm looking at him like Blade 3 Dracula. I'm not really that interested.
I'm looking at him as
you have to use a Dracula.
Triple H
in Blade
3.
Oh, not even Dracula?
Not even a Dracula.
Oh, no. Next is not so much a villain, but it's Slivers. Slivers caused a lot of bad stuff to happen. They were getting sent from past timelines, and they were always around where the war and the problems were, and then the Riptide Project tried to recreate them, but they ended up taking over and killing everybody. So I would count that as net evil, net bad.
Yeah, they're more, what's the word for someone they just benevolent?
Anti-hero? Apathetic?
What's benevolent mean?
Benevolent is good. So not benevolent.
Okay, so not benevolent.
Malevolent?
Malevolent. They just kind of do whatever they want. They don't really have motives. They're just kind of a heaping hive mind.
Yeah, and the result is a net negative for everybody around them, I think. So they're like a C.
Yeah, C. Slivers are cool, though.
Let's
put out bottom of B.
Bottom of B. Yeah.
Slivers for their coolness factor can make it up to B.
That's true. We did not factor in the coolness. B for Slivers. Only a couple left. This one is Tevish Zat, Doom of Fools. He betrayed Urza and was responsible for a few of the deaths, I think, of the 9 Titans.
He was one of the Titans.
He was really grumpy, and I'm sure he's killed a lot of people.
He was, yeah. I mean, I already gave you guys Sengir. Put him in D.
Yeah, we gave you Sengir.
I gave you Sengir, not getting Tevish too.
No, pick your battles. I hate this character. Tezzeret, he has never done anything of substance, ever. The only thing he may have done is provide the planar bridge transportation for the Phyrexians, but that is not confirmed.
Yeah, also, on top of that, I learned this from other people who really like lore, he was at one point given immunity to Phyrexian.
Yes, because he had to go scout.
So he could still be immune to Phyrexian.
Right, he could still be immune, so maybe he's in league with them, but he's doing his own thing after Bolas died.
I would like to have the Tezzeret anti-hero take down New Phyrexian. That'd be cool.
Maybe. They do a main character. Like how Sarkhan wasn't really a hero, but he was the main character of Dragons.
It's a good chance to if you tell the right story, it's a good chance to kill Tezzeret.
Ooh, baby, yes.
I mean,
you kind of like Dak Faden. Dak Faden died.
You have to tell an actual factual good story on how Tezzeret actually makes a decision, but they won't do that. So I wouldn't.
No, there's no chance of that.
So Tezzeret's not going to get his redemption arc.
C. What is? Has he even killed one person?
He's a pretty evil guy. He's skeevy. I think
he's skeevy. He's worse than Ashiok.
Fine.
At least Ashiok gave people nightmares.
Tybalt, easiest day I ever did in my life.
Yeah, Tybalt's awesome. He does torture people a lot. He tortured Chandra's mom.
I'm pretty sure he was a human.
He was a human, and then now he's half devil.
He was a human, and he was doing experiments on people, and the experiments attracted
devils?
Demons and ghosts and ghouls and devils,
something like that.
Like demons to his house.
He's actually just a sadistic, messed up person. As troll and funny as he seems, he's really not okay.
Yeah, I mean, now he's just being a troll out in the multiverse, but he did literally not care and just kind of let the Phyrexians the most evil things in the multiverse just do whatever they want on Kelheim.
Yeah, what is it? He's chaotic evil.
Yeah, chaotic
Very
evil.
chaotic evil. He caused a couple Doomscars, I think. So that's a lot of death. I'm in B somewhere.
Well,
or you said A?
I said A.
Well, he's definitely above Sengir then.
Yeah, we'll put him in A. I like A tier for him.
All right, next up is Xenagos. I think this was a really well done villain because it ended. That's a lot of it for me. It's because it was, here's the story, it's over.
I mean, to be fair, one that we didn't put on here that I still have right now is Heliod. I think he's a better villain than Xenagos is.
I don't even necessarily agree with that, but Xenagos is on screen right now.
So Xenagos, I think he's pretty cool. He's a planeswalker, and he gives up being a planeswalker to be a god.
Despite the gods, because when he becomes a planeswalker, he learns that, the gods aren't actually in control of anything.
Yeah, they're in control of this little corner of the multiverse.
Right, so he wants to just take out his revenge on them. I thought that was so cool. He's really evil. He killed his mom, and he tricked Elspeth into killing Daxos.
No, that was Ashiok.
Was that Ashiok? Oh, that was Ashiok.
That was Ashiok.
Yeah, that's why he's above Tezzeret. But Xenagos is very messed up. He's killed plenty of people.
Yeah, I would say either top of C, bottom of B.
I'll give him bottom of B. I really like that. He had a nice clean arc. I understood what he was about. He was a bad dude.
Man, this is a villain whose infamy lives throughout Magic, and he's not even knowing his story very well. I know he's one of the coolest, baddest, most evil people ever.
Yawgmoth.
Yeah, not even close. This is the easiest. This is the top of A.
Even above, I was going to put him above R&D 2020.
Well, he has to be above her. He's actually...
Well, you said top of A.
Top of S. I meant S. He's the greatest villain of all time. He does a lot of, if you just read his little bio on, the wiki page, he's not a good dude. And he's very, very... He's literally, doing eugenics.
And he leads invasions that slaughter half the population of various planes.
He's just trying to make
suffering, manipulation, betrayal, backstabbing.
The father of machines.
He's the reason that New Phyrexia is basically around.
He was trying to basically make everyone into machines. He wants everyone to be Phyrexia-fied.
Yeah, I think he discovered Phyrexia, and whoever made Phyrexia, the planeswalker, just died. And so he took it over and became the father of machines.
Yeah, he became that big giant wall thing.
Yeah, that was...
I don't know what that is.
Creepy looking. He's got multiple forms.
Yeah, that's human Yawgmoth in the picture, but
before he gets all robot-y.
But I'll put on the screen the art for what's it called?
Yawgmoth's Vile Offering.
Yeah, he's like a wall. He's just like a wall mass of grossness. What is he?
Containing fake Hannah's corpse. Ugh, messed up.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. But that is our tier list. Let's grow again right now. Wow. All right, we're big again. That is our tier list. It is a great tier list. It is a pretty much perfect tier list, but you can tell us that we're wrong in the comments, but you'd be wrong because we're awesome.
Do the shout outs.
Special shout outs to all of our patrons. We'll do as much as we can without making you guys uncomfortable. Thank you very much.
That's it, except for the TCG Player link, which you can click, navigate to the website through the link. Now, buy what you want, the same as you normally would, but when you check out, TCG Player knows where you started with our link, and they give us actual dollars.
Actual, factual dollars.
Every time you order, dollars fly out of my computer, and we have to collect them. And it's just so generous of you to do that, to give us basically a free roll benefit.
So, to give you a picture of this, when you go to the mall, there's those little booths. You go into the booth and you have to catch the money. Yeah. like game shows do it too.
I don't know what they're called. There's a name for them.
I don't know, like tornado booth.
Might be.
Something stupid like that. But you got to go in the booth and we got to catch the money. That's basically what it's like when you buy off a TCG Player using our link.
There's no money to catch without you guys.
Yeah, we need money to catch. Please give us money.
Do we have a tidbit?
Your turn.
Random tidbit. My birthday is coming up. It's in April, and I'm going to be 24. So you better wish me a happy birthday.
Pretty sure 24. Whew. I mean, you're older than the age I was when we first met.
Okay, that's something. Joe is 7 years older than me, 6 years older than me.
It's about 6.
6.5.
Yeah, I turned 30 this year. You're turning 24. So 6
yeah,
years
the same year because you were in January.
Yeah, exactly. So we're nice 6 years apart. I actually think I met Beezy. He was just at the end of his high school career.
Yeah, career. What illustrious career it was. I was 7, so I would have been 18.
Yeah, we were playing Avicii Restored.
Yeah, Vavison Restored. But somebody walked into the store we were at, and they asked if they had any Avicii restored.
Yep.
They were serious. They didn't know what it was called.
They didn't know the name of the set. They asked if they had Avicii Restored, the brand new Magic set.
I think Avicii was still alive at the time.
He definitely was. I mean,
what's the opposite of restored?
R.I.P. Avicii.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Who would have known that's where the tidbit would have gone?
I didn't. Peace out, Tribe Scout.